Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your NHL NBA Market Watch edition for a Thursday, January 21st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to this channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Okay guys, what we do in this segment of the Market Watch edition of the Raymond Report, we take a look at the current market condition, see as what come in the last 7 days or to the season, NBA, NHL, and you don't want to get caught in a bear and bull trap. You know, looking at last night's NHL card, right? Well, I'll give you a good example. There's a certain comfort level you have betting favorites. Favorites is like it's like having your comfort food, right? It's knowing there's a certain comfort level of betting favorites where you really feel strongly say, you know what? I think Toronto's going to kill Edmonton last night. Not so fast, right? It's just you can't get caught in that type of mindset when you're betting into the in the NHL, NBA, or in sports betting, because what goes up must come down. It's one thing I preach it all the time on these channels, right? What do I say when I always log off? Shop for value, play the percentages. And the percentages last night really came to effect in the NHL. I don't know so much about the NBA. I'd have to take a look. There was a lot of games last night in the NBA, but I'll take a look at that in a second. But what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is make sure you follow the market conditions so you don't get caught in a bull run or a bear run. And if you're wondering what's a bull run, it's when say like when all the favorites are coming in, everything's going well. And a bear run is what, for me anyways, here is when the favorites are all losing, right, and the underdogs are winning. There's a certain feeling, a comfort level you get betting favorites, and you can't get caught in that that mindset of betting favorites all the time, because you're gonna get burnt. Now, looking at last night in the NHL. Let's do, we had NHL and NBA here. Let me see. Okay, let's go to NBA first. Let's do the NBA. Okay, ready to go. Here we go. All right, look at the NBA last night. 7-2, the favorites won straight up. Looking on the season here, I thought we started, I thought the Underdogs started really strong in the month of December. But look at this, since January 9th, the favorites are starting to be more dominant. The top teams in the A-type teams in the Raymond Report, teams that are above 60%, are starting to flex their muscle. And look at this. Look at all the green here in this column. Only one underdog had a really good day, and that was on January 18th. But the rest has been favorites. And this is a straight-up column. Now let's take a look at the against the point spread. And I like to really compare the straight-up to see if a team is winning straight up and against the spread, right? So you look at the green here and look at the green over here. So it's pretty much, not a bad comparison right here, right? Last night, 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the number. 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the number. 4-5 for the Underdogs, the only week they won. 3-5 against the number. So this is why it's important to look at the markets and look at this right now in the favorites. 67% yesterday on the one-day average. On the 7-day average, 58.9% of the favorites are winning, 68.3% on the 3-day average. So guys, right now we are in a bull market for favorites. So if you do like favorites, tread lightly, because eventually what goes up comes down. And I think this won't last forever, but it's a good feeling, right? So you can ride it for another couple of days. I think you'll be okay betting favorites. But again, I'd be very careful, and this is why anytime you're in a bull market or a bear market, I'll only bet 5% of my money management, because you never know when it's going to flip, right? Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, had a really great run. Now there's a correction, and this is why you don't want to get caught in those type of corrections. And maybe in the NBA, the favorites, there might be a correction. Looking at the 7-day average and the over-unders, again, look at the overs on a 3-day run. Overs have not had a run of 4 days or more all year. The unders have. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've had a run of 4 unders, but right now we're on the 3rd day of overs. So maybe we're in the overs run here, but 59% the last 7 days, 70.7 in the last 3 days. Let's take a look at the NHL. And last night, if you had some of the favorites, you got burnt. I know Toronto was a big favorite, 156. They lost. Montreal, a lot of people had Montreal. That was a great game. Foley 3 goals, but wasn't enough as a back and forth. The price wasn't right last night, right? The price was a little shaky last night, but that's expected. You can't be, George Vezina every time. Looking at the favorites in the NHL, last night was the first night of the season the Underdogs had their day. And this is why I keep saying, do not get caught in that comfort level. get away from that comfort food, right? Eventually, you're gonna have to mix in a salad, right, with all those steaks and pizzas and burgers, because if you get too comfortable betting favorites, you're gonna get burnt. Now, looking at the 7-day average, 8.1% of the favorites have come in on the 7-day average, and maybe time to look at underdogs. One thing I do like betting though, guys, is puck lines. What I normally do is I'll bet the board on puck lines. I'll take every underdog on a puck line, and eventually they come in. Last night I just needed that Arizona game to come in, but it didn't pan out. 4-1, and I'm not talking big money. I'm just talking like pizza money here. 6-1 the night before. Imagine getting a 9-0 puck line, and it's gonna happen. Watch, and I'll do these videos and I'll show it to you. These puck lines are gonna come in 9-0, 8-0 at one point, and cashing an 8-0 ticket on a parlay, say on a $10 bet. It's a nice little payout right there. All right, over-unders, again, we're in the 7-day average for overs, but a lot of unders, no, actually not. 2 and 3 last night, 4 and 3. I thought the first period unders are coming in at a high pace. They were the other night. I don't like betting first period unders. It's just, you start betting one period unders, and then what's next? Second period, then you're betting. It's just, then you start getting a prop, and then you're just, you're gonna milk your bankroll to zero. All right, let's take a look at some of the standings in the NBA. Now, let's go to NBA. What has come in the last few days? There we go. Road underdogs, if you recall, this right here, 3.5 to 6 point road underdogs. This was 70% a couple of weeks ago. Remember, I said be careful because there's going to be a correction, and now we're at 58.9. So that means favorites of 3.5 to 6 are starting to come in, just like I showed you in the index here, right, on the NBA. A lot of favorites have started coming in the last few weeks. Look at this, right? So this is why you got to be on top of this. But let me see here. Let's go to NBA. Let's see. Anything in green is, it's the 57.2 to 100%, so it's bullish. So anything you see in green here is a bull market. But look at this. Totals of 232 to 239 in NBA, 6 and 14. So 70% to the under. So maybe that's, I've been on top of that since day one. So keep an eye out on that. But look at this, though. We're back in a neutral market against the spread on road teams. And this is what the bookmaker wants. They want all yellow here. As soon as they start getting red or green, then they need to make the adjustments to their line to get their balance back, right? So you can see we're in a neutral market, which is good because now you can fire away with your your mindset, the way you're handicapping, and hopefully you can cash in. All right, look at the NHL. Now we got a little bit more volume in the system. Home teams winning 64.8%. There was something I wanted to show you guys. It was pretty wow. Where was it here? Was it unders? Unders of 6. Oh yeah, unders of 6.5. Look at this, 5 and 14. So road teams that have a total of 6.5. Home teams are actually killing it, 73.68%. So keep an eye out on home teams that have a total of 6.5. They're winning at a high pace. 73% on the season. Now, looking at the Raymond Report, every day I do these computer forecasts, and you're saying, what's the record of this guy? Here it is. So far in the season, NHL, 64.8%, so 65% straight up on the computer picks, 59 on the ATS, and 53% with our over-unders. And that's always about that, right, for the over-unders. Let's look at the NBA. NBA is doing pretty well. 61% straight up, 56.5, so we rounded off, 57%. Very respectable in the industry. Anytime you can hit 57%, and we're at 50%, almost 49, 50% here on the NBA totals. Now, before I go, I got a nice system here on the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. When the Pels are a road team the last 4 years, and they lost their last game by 16 points or more, 9-2 against the point spread. So Pelicans, nice spot here today on the Raymond Report. All right, guys, there's your market watch today for a Thursday, January 21st. Again, take advantage of 25% off a membership here at atsstats.com. Use promo code ATS25 and get 25% off your next membership package. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.